Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the Daring. Okay, so I have been playing quite a lot of British destroyers recently since they were released, and I thought it was about time that I did a review on the tier 10 ship. Tried to give you an idea of whether or not you want to push for it. To give you an instance about actually the whole line just before we move on, the Jarvis I found fantastic. I really enjoyed it at tier 7. It's got great concealment, the guns are really positive, their torpedoes, although a little bit out of range, still do the job really well. The Lightning at tier 8, let me find it, there it is an absolute beast for its tier. I play this ship against tier 10 ships and I have no issues whatsoever. Okay, I just think it's amazing. If you position yourself correctly, this thing is a monster. It's an absolute monster. The Jutland I found a little indifferent. You really need the upgraded hull, otherwise you end up with a gun. In fact, I'll show you actually. Let's go with the standard hull. You end up with this gun in the middle. You don't have a gun on the back. You end up with this gun in the middle, and it just feels a little bit weird, but as soon as you've got the upgraded hull, it starts feeling a bit better, so it feels more like a normal destroyer. But again, I found it a little bit indifferent. I just couldn't get my head around it, and I'll explain why once I start talking about the Daring, which is right now. Once I found it, there it is. Okay, so this destroyer is a bit of a mystery to me to begin with, and the reason it was a bit of a mystery to me were the guns. Okay, these guns are 113 millimeters. Okay, that means that the HE doesn't even penetrate a single destroyer hull in any tier. Okay, that it's going to go up against 8, 9, or 10. It just doesn't do it, which kind of forces you to take a IFHE. But I was refusing because the AP is so good. I was refusing to take IFHE, and I just couldn't. It just didn't work. And then the game you'll see was my very first game with IFHE, and I haven't stopped using it since. So, to talk about the build of this ship, we're going to look at the upgrades first. Main armaments modification 1 is the compulsory mod here. I go with engine propulsion mod 1, just because your engine is your life. You need that engine. It's so good. And I'll explain why once we see the game. Aiming systems modification 1, just to get the guns a little bit better and to get that traverse speed for the torpedoes around. That's one of the main reasons I take that. Steering gears mod 2 here. I would normally take the propulsion mod, but you can't take that with British destroyers because it's already built in, which is great. Concealment, because what else would you take here? And then I've taken torpedo tubes mod 3 to get my torpedoes up and running even faster. My consumables, you don't really have much choice here, so premium all of them. Your choice is which ones you want to turn premium. Smoke's really good because you're going to use your smoke quite a lot, and you get loads of them. You get 6, and this is without superintendent, by the way. 2 heals, so you definitely want to take that. Otherwise, you've only got 1 heal. Hydros. There we go. Cool. Moving into the captain. The captain is, well, this is where I had a few issues. I've gone, and this is the order I took them in: priority target, last stand, and then survivability expert, and then concealment expert. I then go for RPF, radio location. I find this really useful. And then I didn't take IFHE. I had 4 more points to spend elsewhere, and I had them on Jack of all trades, and I think it was smokescreen expert. And I made the decision that I changed that and I give IFHE a go, just because I wasn't getting through any armor. So I took IFHE, dropping those 2, and it's felt far more comfortable. Anyway, so we're going to move on to the game now, and let's see how we get on. Right, so we're going to start by looking at the matchmaker. So obviously it's a tier 10 game. I'm in a tier 10 ship. Okay, there's only a couple tier 9s, no tier 8s. We've got a Worcester, a Missouri, potential of a Hindenburg. Not Hindenburg, sorry, Minotaur, having radar. The Hindenburg's obviously got a very good hydro. The Harugamon and Habarovsk are your stereotypical gunboats. So it's quite tough matchup here. I've got to play it safe. I've got to think about what I'm doing. I've only got 6 kilometer concealment. Okay, so I'm not the stealthiest ship at this tier. So I've got to think about where I'm positioning, what I'm doing, and how I'm going to use my power, which is my guns, my consistent smoke screens, which are up on and off, on and off, on and off all the time. They might be really short duration for British destroyers, but actually they seem to do this phenomenal little job of pop a smoke screen, cause some damage, get out of there. Because by the time that the torpedoes are heading your way, you've already moved on. And we all know what happens to destroyers that sit stationary in smoke screens. They die. They get hit by torps. So this has got 2 things about it. This ship's got 2 things that help it do that. Number 1, the smoke screens are really short duration. Number 2, it's got a fantastic hydro. Okay, so yes, it's only 3 kilometers, but that's enough. It's not to spot ships, it's to spot torps. That's what it's for. So anyway, I'm in a division here with a couple of clanmates, Tarvis and Venom. Venom's in the Shimikaze. He's only just got it at this point, and he's really excited to take it out and use it consistently. And then Tarvis is in his Minotaur. So we're going to see what we can do. We spawn south of A, we're going to move into A, and we're going to try and help out. This is the RPF working here. It's telling me where the closest enemy ship is. It's pointing towards the Kurfürst, but we all know it's not the Kurfürst. Okay, there's got to be something else closer that hasn't been spotted yet. Okay, it could be that cruiser. I doubt it's that Minotaur. I doubt it very much. And then up pops a Harigamo and the Fletcher. Okay, both absolutely fantastic destroyers. I pop a smoke screen. Put my hydro to spot any of the torps. All I'm doing is I'm getting myself in a position so I can start firing a little bit. Of course, shy 5k damage. They've smoked up, and I'm going to try and hit this Minotaur. I'm firing single torps here now. I'm hoping that I aimed up on his last known location on the mini-map there. I was hoping he was going to still be there. Okay, now I'm not going to push around that corner because there's a Fletcher and Harugamo there. I cannot win that fight. My smoke screen is there. They've torped my smoke screen thinking I'm still going to be in it. Nope, I've got out. But yet still, there's my 3 kilometer hydro telling me where the torps are. So I know the Fletcher or the Harugamo, I expect the Fletcher, has fired his torps. So A is currently, there's a little bit of a standoff at A right now. So I'm just turning around and I'm going to get myself in a better spot. This side's a bit too dangerous. I can't take on a Harugamo. Okay, I just can't. I cannot hit that thing in a fight. 1-on-1. Venom here tries to take a fight on against it, and he's in the Shimikaze. And although they've buffed the guns on that, and don't get me wrong, the guns on it are fantastic now, even though they reload every 7 seconds. You can't take on 10 guns that have 32mm of armor penetration and that do that kind of damage and reload every 2.5 seconds. You can't. It's not possible. Okay, so you gotta play your way around a Harugamo, and the Fletcher's the same. The Fletcher will just eat you. So I know where they are. I can see them firing out of this smoke. So I'm slowing down. Harugamo's taking a lot of damage there. Looks like he's eating a torp. Trying to slow down there, fire my torps, but I couldn't. See, my hydro's still running. Would be good to put a hydro mod on this actually. I think that would work really well. That goes into slot 2, which is your slot for the what do you call it? The aiming systems mod, which actually I think yeah. There you go, hydro modification. But there's first blood. Got rid of the Fletcher. Okay, I'm now spotted. They all start firing at me because, well, obviously I am a nasty destroyer that wants to kill them. Here come the Fletcher torpedoes. Again, I spotted them early because of my hydro. The only reason I don't have a hydro mod on this, and there's no excuse because you can buy them for coal now, is I just don't have a spare one. So, I really should. Now, I'm going to smoke up, and I'm actually going to use this smoke. Okay, there's an Iowa. Now I'm firing HE here, and I'm getting pens and shatters. Now the shatters are happening because I'm hitting his turrets. The pens, on the other hand, is because I'm hitting a superstructure. Another one of the strengths of these guns is the fact that the fire starting ability is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Notice I've already started 3 fires. Reload is nice and low. I've used one of my heals already as well after that hammering I took. But again, that's fine. Now I can tell that the Harugan was run off. This poor Aya was all on his own. I've managed to capture A. We've also got B. C's looking a little precarious though. That Minotaur's a little bit worrying. I know he's got smoke screen at least, so he doesn't have a radar. So that's good. That's good to know. It allows me to play around him a little bit more. I know I can get within 8 kilometers of him and I can spot him, but he won't kill me because of it. So, fire my torps at him. I'm assuming he's going to have some hydro running or something, but firing those torps allows me to force him potentially out of the smoke screen, which is a good thing. Right in front of our Des Moines and our Minotaur. So it's 2-2 as well. Here we go. So there's something sneaking up on me here. Look at the RPF. It's pointing. It's not pointing towards the Minotaur now. It's pointing right. There's a grosser curve first. Is he closer to me than the Minotaur? No. Minotaur's still closer. So I think the Harugamon was trying to sneak up on me because I believe the other destroyer's on the other flank. Again, I'm going to smoke up. This allows me to fire. And we got a hit. We got 2 hits on the Minotaur in the smoke screen. So he didn't have Hydro running. That's good. I'm going to put my Hydro. There we go. There's the torps from the Harugamo. Which again, if you look at 7.7 kilometers to the grosser curve first and closing, and he's still not the closest target. Now he is. Now I moved to AP. The reason I moved to AP here is because the AP on this ship is absolutely fantastic. This is why I didn't want to use IFHE. It just, even angle, look, I'm just hitting the front of a superstructure and I'm doing over 1,000 damage each hit. It's just great. It's a blind shot in, it was well shot. I need to dodge these torps. The acceleration on this ship is great. Well, yeah, you're noticing as well that the turrets are complete 360s. Complete 360-degree turns. Tarvis takes down the grosser curve first. That was a great kill for us. I couldn't make up my mind what I was going to do here. But we're up to 69,500 damage. We're only 8 minutes into the game. And B is being captured. Now I can only guess. Look at the firepower coming out of there. That is the Harugamo. Minotaur's moved that way after I hit him with 2 torpedoes. I fire my torps once again. Again, this is why I use the torpedo reload booster. You know, I've got my torps back up in like just over 1.5 minutes. The torps are really good on this boat as well. Very usable. Especially when you start considering the fact that you can single fire them. There we go, there's the Harugamo. He's moved out of his smoke screen. He's dead. This is what happens when you don't think about what's going to happen, sitting broadside in a smoke screen, firing away. Okay, that's what happens. I pull a bit of a Notzer right in front of an enemy Zhao. If he's paying attention, this should really, really hurt. There's the radar from the Worcester. I think I'm behind. No, I'm not. But my acceleration gets me out of there just in time. Acceleration on this boat is so good. AP the side of the Worcester while I can. 2,500 damage. There's the Hindenburg firing at me as well. Engines out, but I'm refusing point blank to fix it here. I can get myself unspotted if it wasn't for that pesky plane, and I can use my maneuverability to dodge. So I'm going to heal up. That's my second heal and final one used, because I don't have Superintendent, as you've seen. I want the extra health. Either's good. Tarvis goes down. Killed by the Minotaur, which was a shame. He was having a great game. But now we have no cap. So we had 2. Now we have none. They've managed to flip it. But we're still ahead. We've got more ship kills, and we held 2 caps for a long period of time. This flank only has an Iowa left. So I'm going to push forward, and I want to take a cap. Okay, I've only got a Haberovsk to worry about now, but he was on the other flank. So I can kind of play it relatively safe on this side right now. Get myself in a good position and take the A cap. So I'm going to push forward towards A. The Iowa's pushing in towards B, so can I put a big spread across? Up to 80,000 damage so far and 2 kills. Both of them on destroyers. Oh, there's a Hindenburg. Hello, Hindenburg. I swap over to AP straight away because he's showing me his broadside. Okay? Watch the damage output on this. I'm not scared to gun on the open. His guns aren't pointing at me right now directly. Just look at the damage output. 3.5k. 3.7. 2. That's 1.7. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant. The guns on this thing are just immense. Like I say, this is why I didn't want to go with IFHE. I was refusing. I thought I could use that 4 points elsewhere. Turns out that's not exactly the case. So yeah, so moving forward again, we've reclaimed A with a bit of help from our friends. Here's the Iowa, so he's pretty close. I'm not scared to shoot on him here. His guns are definitely facing their own direction. I'm using AP again. I give it a couple of goes. There we go, it's kill number 3. I'm going to swap over to HE at this point. I want to set this Yamato on fire. Unfortunately, Venom, who was spotting him, has moved in between some islands. But our Republic is pushing, which means I'm going to spot him in a second. There he is. And our Des Moines is pushing up behind us, behind me. There he is. So I spot him. I'm going to pop a smoke screen, because I'm also spotted. Got another fire on him. This smoke screen helps protect my Des Moines for a couple of minutes. Or a couple of seconds. It's like 40 seconds you've got it for. I can't fire my torps right now. I don't know which way a Republic's going to turn. So I don't want the chance that I'm actually going to kill the Republic. But he's looked like he's going to die. There's another fire. That's my 7th. I should really be firing AP at this point. I'm trying to get fire on his rear. Right, the Republic's gone. Changed to AP now. I'm hitting his turret, so I wasn't aiming quite well enough there. Habrov has killed our Kerr first. There's my Confederates. 124,000 damage. The Des Moines gets the kill on the Yamato. That's great. So I can now push into into B. This is where I turn around with Venom. At this very spot, Venom's thinking about going B as well, and I'm like, no, go C, go C. They've all moved away from C. You push C, and then actually we've got that. So this is thinking about where the enemy are. Look at the points. Okay, there's 3 points. There's no points in it now. They've caught up. And they're about to go ahead. There we go, they're now ahead. But I'm in B, so that's going to stop. So I know the Hindenburg is pushing around the bottom there. I think he's my closest target. I'm going to fire a few preemptive torps, because what's going to happen is he's going to move around. The Khabarovsk, I'm guessing, is going to push towards A. And the Hindenburg's going to move around the south. I think the Worcester's going to go down that way too, but I'm not sure. So I'll fire some preemptive torps down there just to get them to think, because if they've got hydro running, there's the Khabarovsk pushing for A. If they... And there's the Worcester. Ha, there we go. So we know where all three of them are. They're all kind of in the same area. So I can sit here nice and safe. Capture B. Getting a bit of help from my Des Moines. I'm just going to sit here and wait for a second. I'm in no rush. I was getting absolutely hammered. We take the Worcester out, which really helps. And I'm going to try and help my Iowa out with this Khabarovsk. But trying to hit a Khabarovsk at this range is just almost impossible. Hit the smoke screen because he's starting to aim at me now. Both of them are. I hit him, there we go. I got hit. The damage I've just taken. Right, Hindenburg again, he's showing me a beautiful broadside. We're just going to use AP on him. He's moving a lot slower than I was expecting. Just look at the damage output. Look at the damage output of these guns. Oh, I think I'm going to end up hitting the... there's the hydro. He's going for torps. We know he's going for torps. It's the only reason a cruiser would do that at that range. There's my Kraken. 142,500. The only boat that's left is the Khabarovsk. Okay, we've got a Des Moines, myself, and Venom in the Shimakaze, who's now captured C and is moving back towards us, which is great. We know exactly where the Khabarovsk is. There he is. We'll keep him spotted for our team. I'm changing to HE here because he's angled up against me. He's starting to fire. I move a bit too far here. Move back to AP because the guns are just so good. Somebody's taken his engine out, but he's now disappeared. We know what he's going to do. He needs to push. If he wants to win the game, he needs to push. He's got no choice. Promise. I just don't think you can push against a Des Moines. But it's been great play here in the middle. The Des Moines been fantastic. Really helped out at both A and B. Just putting himself in a really good position to be a detriment to the team. There's the Des Moines being smoked up by Venom to try and keep him alive. But I'm going to push around the corner here, and this Khabarovsk is going to be mine. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Good night. And that, guys, is the Daring. It's such a good ship. It's got phenomenal guns, as you've seen. The torps are really usable. The smoke screen's fantastic. The manoeuvrability is great. 6 kills, 4 torp hits, 3 captures, 3 defended, a Kraken, a Confederate. You know, it's really, really, really good. 2.7 K base experience. The Des Moines, phenomenal job with 2.6, and there's Tarvis up there with 1.9, and he died really early, so it shows how good, positive a game he was having. So I hope this helps you out if you want to decide or not to go grind down the British Destroyer line. I highly recommend them. I think they're fantastic. I'll catch you soon.